What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Boar. And I'm back. Right, I'm back. I'm back. You may be saying to yourselves, what happened to the channel? Or what happened to you, right? What happened? What's all this music? Get rid of the music. Bring back the recipes. Bring back the Boar we love. Right? And I'm with you. I don't like sitting behind the strings, right? I don't like, making all that music. I like talking to the people, right? It's what I do. I tell stories. I tell tales. I talk to the people. And that's what I want to get back to doing. I want to make recipes. I want to help you guys out. I want to give you that testosterone boost you need from a sloppy. I want to cure your sickness. I want to give you the female gaze's attraction towards you. That is what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make music. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to make music. The Lord did not put me on this earth to make music. He put me on here to guide you people to a great treasure of, something. Where am I, though? Where am I, right? I got a piano over here, right? I got a shirt on, right? But most importantly, we got blue walls everywhere. What are we doing with blue walls? Spring break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure a lot of you know that. I'm not sure of the age of the fan base. And seeing as though the fan base is only about 40 viewers. Yeah, I don't know. But spring break, and you know what that means? Airbnbs, right? It means Airbnbs. Here's the thing, you get into an Airbnb, right? And it's sort of like a jungle. You see all these shows where the people are, naked and afraid or whatever, or, Joe Rogan podcast or whatever, and you don't have a lot of resources, right? You just got, I came into the Airbnb. Let me use me as an example. I come into the Airbnb, I open the cupboards, right? The plates are upside down. And I'm not in Australia, right? Sloppy Nicholas did well, but it didn't do that well. I couldn't make it out to Australia. So I'm thinking, how am I going to use these plates that are upside down, right? And so I call the host or whatever. I say, hey, I think his name was Stanley or something. I say, Stanley, I open the cupboards and the plates are upside down. You think you could, send me some, upside up ones? He laughs and he says, what? What? So it is what it is. Language barriers, whatever. Anyways, the thing is, how do I make something so great within an Airbnb, and how am I going to do that today? And I said something about jungles earlier, I forget, but, yeah. What I'm making today, to cut to the chase or whatever, I'm making the jungle gyro. And now I get it again. So we're in an Airbnb and it's like a jungle, and I'm making the jungle gyro, because we're in the jungle. I'm rambling, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I do. I'm here to tell stories. I'm here to tell tales, and I'm here to bring you guidance and peace. Not here to make music. I haven't touched that thing. And, I'm not here to make music. I'm here to make recipes. So let's do it. Let's just cut to the chase, and let's get over to the ingredient station in classic Boar fashion, and we can continue our tales and continue our bond together over at the ingredient station. What do we say? Oh. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do nice. Hey, Steven, right? Hey, Steven, by the way, I'll see you later tonight. Okay. I'm here at the ingredient station, right? And already you guys are probably looking down at the ingredients saying, what is this, right? We got banana, we got honey, we got nutmeg, we got cinnamon, we got chocolate, we got sugar, we got some bread. This isn't a meaty masterpiece like you're normally known for, Nikolai. This isn't a beautiful testosterone boosting snack either. Guys, this is for the ladies out there, right? This is when you want to bring home a lady and you want to just blow her socks off, dude. Because you want her to blow you out of your socks, right? Yeah, that was kind of smooth. I had to take a time to That was off the dome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take some time to soak that in. But off the socks. Okay. Anyways, I'm at the beach. Spring break. I'm at the beach. Sand between the toes. I'm just sitting here. Oh, just relaxing. Of course, sand between the toes. Beautiful salt in the air, and it just beautiful. Ebony Queen strolling by. Oh my goodness, dude. She's walking by, I'm just sitting there. I say, damn. Damn. Her name's Trisha. Trisha Diamonds. I don't know if her last name was Diamonds, but if I'd ever seen a Trisha Diamonds, it probably would have been her. Anyways, I say, Dan. Trisha says, what's you damning that big boy? You know, I said this. I said, damn, sir, I'm damning that your fine name. You know, what you say you come back to the Airbnb, I'll show you little jungle gyro. Know what I'm saying? And then she, you know, like most would say, like, what's a jungle gyro? She's like, damn, what's a jungle gyro? I'm enticed, you know, and I say, damn straight you enticed, so you coming back to mine or what? And she says, yes. She said yes. And forgive me, I get a little brotherly myself when I see an ebony queen. It's natural. It's natural, ladies and gentlemen. Just let yourself just into the moment, into the present moment. It's what it's all about. Anyway, Trisha's back at my place. Whip her up a nice little jungle gyro, which is his dessert for the ladies. From there, I get blown out of my frickin' socks. Let me show you how to make it. All right, let's start with our first step, making whipped cream. You may be wondering if we got new ingredients. Oh, that's classic for me. I forget the ingredients and just pop them out of nowhere. So we got heavy whipping cream. It's already in the name. Whip that cream up and you got whipped cream. We put a little cane sugar with it. I'd go powder, but you know, I'm in the jungle, and this is all we got. We got cane sugar granulated. Next, we're gonna do peanut butter. So we're making peanut butter whipped cream here. Let's just get right into it. All right, we're gonna do 1 cup of our heavy cream here. Measure that out. Bang, right in there. 2 tablespoons of this sugar in there. Oh yeah. Beautiful. All right, now, thankfully, we got one of these bad boys, our whisk ski. So, just whisk that up a bit. Come on, come on, come on. I'm starting to think I'm not cut out for this pastry stuff. You know what is going on here? We just gotta go a little harder. Put a little more gusto into it, baby. Oh, get some elbow grease on that thing. Alright, so we got like a nice little creamy consistency here. And what I'm gonna do now is add a little bit of peanut butter. We're at a good phase for the peanut butter. Just go by feel, guys. I've been doing this forever, but just go by feel. The crunchy stuff, but you can go creamy. If you're a little wuss, yeah, try to go crunchy. Oh, nice, yeah. Cradle it like a baby, ladies and gentlemen, because this is gonna be your key to making babies inside of the ladies. Yeah. So take good care to your jungle gyro in preparation. Alright guys, so I made a little bit of an alteration here. I know, a quick random cut or whatever, but I was finding that, you know, I wasn't getting the thickness I wanted. Let me come up close with you guys. So that's a nice consistency of our whipped cream, right? Little thick, little thick. Before, when I was adding the peanut butter, it get a little watery, I noticed. So make your whipped cream first, and then from there, put in a little bit of that nutty goodness, right? And you don't have to go too crazy on it to get the flavor. But just fold that in there, and it's gonna water down your thickness a bit. But just stir that thing up. And before you know it, there you go. You got a nice peanut buttery whipped cream. So that's our base. Now let's get on to our little extras. Alright, for this next section, we're gonna be heating up a little bit of heavy whipping cream over here. Get the overhead cam rolling for this one. Know how much you guys like that? I don't blame you. It's a nice little touch that we only have here on the channel. So let's get some of that going in there. Let me focus that. Beautiful. So nice, about a cup of that. About a cup of the heavy stuff will do. We'll get that warming up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt that chocolate in there. We got raspberry chocolate, a delicacy. So once we warm this up and mix in our chocolate, we got ourselves a fresh homemade chocolate sauce. What do ladies like more than a fresh homemade chocolate sauce? Huh. Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Alright, so I just took a prehistoric whiz, came back. Before you knew it, this thing was rising up nice. Overhead cam that thing. It's bubbling up nice over here. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is put in our little raspberry dark chocolate bar. We're gonna put our chocolate in here and just stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir. So let's get it. Crack open that beautiful Wonka bar. Oh yeah. Take a bite for good measure, fellas. That's good measure. Alright. Put that bad boy in there. Good thing we're rolling on the overhead, because that's a beautiful step when you put your chocolate in there. Now it's warm, and we're just stirring. Those bars they'll take some time. Once you get that stir going, you won't want to stop. It's hot over here. You might be watching the overhead cam right now and you're saying, this does not look very promising. Trust the process, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at how fast we're moving now. And just like that, chocolate sauce. Stir that baby up. Yep. You get that smell flowing through your Airbnb. That chocolatey goodness. What girl is not gonna want you, right? I don't know. You might have done something wrong if that's the case. All right, let me take my shades off. Okay. It's about a good thickness. A little bit runny. It's gonna be runny. It's a nice sauce, you know. We got our thick whipped cream over there. So we'll let it run a bit. And yeah, that should do. Clock off on overhead. And let's set this baby up. Here we are. The moment you've all been waiting for. I'm here with a plate. You also may be wondering to yourselves, what is that background noise? Is that a monkey I hear? Nah, that was just me. But I'm actually here with a good friend out here in the restorative forests, Daryl Diamonds. Daryl, why don't you say a few words to the people?
The pleasure is mine to be out in your peaceful forests, Nikolai. Thank you for having me. To be sincere, I didn't think much of Nikolai when I first laid eyes on him. Surprise hit me more than anything. When Trisha had told me that she met a nice light-skinned fellow on the beach, I thought, perhaps a complexion similar to that of Drake, or maybe even Kelly Oubre. so you must expect my surprise when I was met with Bo. He tried showing me his 2% sub-Saharan on his 23andMe, but I was not fooled. Nevertheless, we became great friends. Bo whipped me up a couple of sloppies, and after that I was hooked on the brother. Not in a homosexual way, but in a fatherly way. Anyways, Bo, I thank you for letting me get a few words in with the viewers. I look forward to your next creations, and I look forward to our future.
Alright, so I thought what better of a spot to taste this bad boy than in front of the blue walls, right? It's a beautiful jungle gyro. I mean, come on. You give this to an animal, he's gonna love it. You give it to a man, he's gonna love it. You give it to a lady, she's gonna love it. Who is not gonna love the jungle gyro? Some people, unfortunately. But, nevertheless, let's roll this bad boy up and let's consume a little. Beautiful, light, fluffy bread. As I squeeze, the condiments just go over that banana. Oh, that's great. I fall in love every time. Every time I take a bite of this for the first time. It's like I'm taking my first bite. The cinnamon, it warms you up, it comes in, it starts you off on this roller coaster, this journey throughout this beautiful rainforest, tropical Amazon. Then the chocolate comes in. The chocolate comes in like a chocolatey river, like those brown rivers throughout the Amazon. And then the banana, when you think, where's the meat, where's the sustenance, the banana comes in and just, Fellas, I'm not gonna sit here and make you watch me eat, but I thank you for tuning in. I think you know what you have the power now with this recipe to do. So go forth. Brothers and sisters, go forth. Produce some jungle gyros. And just, yeah, thanks for watching.
Boy, 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 boy.